I am California of the past.
I am California of the past. I
I
am
am California
California
of the
of the
past.
past.
1957. We moved from Diablo, California, and we moved to Hayward on Hardeman Street, which was my parents' first home that they ever owned. It was quite exciting. They got to decorate it in any way they wanted to and start from scratch. They picked it, the model of the house, and everything. They loved it. My mother loved to garden, so she had a nice large backyard and a front yard to plant all of her flowers. It was very exciting. It meant everything to my parents, everything. They had never owned a home before. They hadn't even put down the street yet. And she had already decided, she'd already checked out the model of the house, and it was just great. I can't even put into words what the house on Hardeman Street meant to them. They had a very close friend in Alamo, and he was a real estate agent, and he is the one who informed them, Mr. White. And they came out to look, and they definitely liked what they saw. When we first moved up here, it was mostly field. All of this back up here was all field. And I know that Hardeman Street still is a dead-end street, but there was a family who owned all of the property back there at the top of Hardeman, and they had cows. And my friends, anybody that wasn't from Hayward that came to visit us, could not believe that we had cows on our street. They kept saying that we had cows on our street.
Our family, we moved here in 1961, I believe it was, and I thought it was very nice, sort of secluded, country, very country. Matter of fact, down there where Bart is now, used to be stockyards where they load up cattle, stuff like that. A lot of apricot orchards around. I used to like to camp, so we'd camp overnight over our back fence in this field in the back, because I was in the Boy Scouts and stuff like that. So it was a great place to even have a BB gun and stuff, and not worry about hitting nothing, or just do like you want to do. Really, really, really enjoyed it. You had to move 100 miles out of town nowadays to enjoy things like that. Then I knew Eleanor when she was in high school too, and yeah, like she say, it was very nice place to grow up. Then I went off to the military, and then I came back, and then I decided this is so good, I'm gonna buy me a place up here. But first I'm gonna get an apartment first, and so found a lot of trouble. They didn't have any apartments in Kelly Hill area, so I had to go downtown, anywhere. So we had to employ this or get in touch with this agency in order to find a place to rent in Hayward, called ECHO. I forgot what it stands for, but it means, economic development. It was a time of the civil rights movement and stuff like that. We try to find an apartment on our own. Everybody would say,
The silliest
it's
thing
already,
you think of.
or it's rented, or something of that nature. But anyway, nothing was available, and or when or they'd have a sign up for rent, and when we go there, it was just rented. We haven't taken the sign down yet, or stuff like that. So this agency, ECHO, was located in Castro Valley. They got with us and gave us that extra ammunition that we needed, to do what we wanted to do.
They went with us. They were right there with us.
with cameras and crew, just like you.
But it just so happened the first place we went to after they were with us were the people we ended up renting from, and they had no problem whatsoever in renting to us, so it was perfect.
And then when you decided to purchase a home here, what was your process of deciding to move to this house?
We looked all over, and I really didn't like what I was seeing, and this was perfect. It was on the hill that we grew up on. It was near our families. It was just perfect.
Well, no problem getting it up here because a friend of mine or ours, he owned all this. Mr. Williams, he owned all that. Maybe I don't know how many acres of property in back of this house.
We're
And no,
Mossy Rock is right now.
The developers got in touch with him and talked him about the land. And that's why we have all these houses in the back of there now. And yes, how did we find out about getting a house up here? I guess because we lived in Brookfield by the airport, and we'd always come to Hayward to buy our milk at the dairy.
Mm-hmm.
See, we go to Russell City, and you take your milk container and get fresh pasteurized milk straight from the cow. That was the greatest thing I never. You could go and it was a dairy. You could just drive up in there and bring your own container, or you can buy one from them. But they had I think about a 2.5 metal can you can get, or they had big bottles like this. But the good part about it, they didn't take the cream out, and the cream in the bottles, the cream would float to the top of the neck about that high, that thick. You either shake it up or take it, pour it out, and make a little butter if you wanted to. You know, we tried that because my mom, she knew all that kind of stuff. Like, she taught us how to clean a chicken. You know, kill a chicken, eat a chicken from scratch. You know, the feathers, clean it, prepare it, all that kind of stuff. But in those days, you could buy you buy a whole chicken in the store anyway. They didn't have all those different parts and things, like they have today. I think I like it better today because I like just certain pieces. I can do without them chicken feet and legs. I mean, chicken feet, necks, and gizzards, Over here on Center Street, Center and Grove, there used to be a meat locker. Like you go hunting and, whatever you like to hunt. And maybe a bear or something, he'd skin it out for you. Or deer, whatever you like. And skin it out and freeze it and wrap it and store it there. Then you come and get what you want as you needed it. I thought that was really great. Nobody does anything like that anymore that I know of around here. Maybe somewhere like Colorado or Wyoming or somewhere,
But I remember the one in Castor Valley, when they stopped delivering, we would go to the dairy right there, and we would get the milk and the butter from there.
Mm.
And eggs. For some reason, we got eggs there. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm. But another thing I really used to like, they had this, I guess, western part of Hayward or Russell City. That's where we get the milk from the dairy, but you see strange sights. Like on the way, it'd be maybe some men would be on the other side of the fence slaughtering, well, not really slaughtering, maybe branding pigs or something, or hogs. And they'd I guess they would, castrate them. And they would be sitting there with a frying pan and eat, they called them mountain oysters, I believe. They didn't give none up. But I'd watch and I'd say, to myself, I'd say, can you believe that? Mountain oysters, that's what they called them. Fried them up and ate them right then. One thing that I'm glad that they, it's getting recognition is that legendary Hayward Blues Festival that we have annually, um, uh, and they recognize where the roots of it come from. Russell City, that was one of my favorite places for nothing like it. Called the Miss Ellen's or the Country Club. It would stay open 4 o'clock, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning on the weekends. And no, I never ever seen any problems out there or anything. Just people out there having a real nice time. Well, I was just barely getting to be 18, but I had to. It was so good, I had to slip in, you know. But also was playing bass at the time. I'd get to sit in with the band. I liked a good place to practice my craft, you know. And that's another reason why I like to dance. So also, very good place. Didn't have to worry about the noise or anything like that. You pull up to the building, and you might see a sign, you know, that serve food and stuff. It might it had a sign, one sign that I never will forget: juicy pig sandwich.